guys? So today I am trying out the newly buffed Oculus. Now, it's not fully upgraded. I still need one more mastery point, but Vanguard is a really good class right now, dude. Yes, Unmatched Zeal. Now, this is a great perk for Absolute, and I do enjoy, like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the grapple, but I'm not really that interested in using Inner Fire to get my grapple back quicker. I'm going with more damage, with more range damage on this build, and I am also going with more healing. So I'm making sure that I have enough healing for the rest of the operation. Vanguard also has a good amount of EPS perks. Basically, whenever I do one of those grapples, I do get a ranged damage bonus. And I do believe whenever my grapple is on cooldown, I also get a ranged damage bonus. So the Oculus was recently buffed, and I have to say that I use this weapon quite a bit. I used this weapon quite a bit before it was buffed. This is the first time I've used it since then, and I think the weapon is in a great spot, especially for Vanguard. I'm excited to see what it would be like with that extra mastery point, but I still have a few weapons I want to try out before I really commit to a Oculus, to a full power Oculus build, I guess. I'm not too sure about the weapon. I know it's a bolt carbine, right? And at pretty much any close range SMG in this game is going to do good damage. This is a pretty sick double drop right there on the Terminators. But as you see here, we do have the contested health team perk with the Bulwark, so I'm able to get my contested health back pretty quickly. And Vanguard is just a monster when it comes to taking out extremists. At least that's the way I view Vanguard. Vanguard is pretty much like a more athletic sniper. Or maybe a more athletic assault, maybe? I don't know, the assault class does jump pretty high. Regardless, the way I kind of use Vanguard is essentially a class that's very athletic. They can zip around the level and the battlefield, so there's not really a bad position for the Vanguard. The Vanguard has the Instigator, has the Melta, it has the Oculus, and not to mention also has the Neo Volt type pistol, which is great against Chaos. Now here's a pretty tough situation. That's a Terminator that I'm relentlessly meleeing, and that is obviously a sorcerer. Now that's some good headshots. Those are some pretty sick headshots with the Oculus there. And you can see the damage potential with the Oculus right from the gate with this weapon. It's just, I think the one thing that this weapon could use is a bigger mag size. But regardless, I think the Oculus is a pretty interesting weapon. It's likely the same mag size of the bolt carbine. So if you like the bolt carbine, you will like the Oculus. I always enjoyed using the Oculus. This situation's kind of wild though. I definitely need to jump back in the Chalice area. Luckily, this Vanguard has a lot of healing. And by a lot, I mean I'm healing on every major execution, and then we are also, as a team, healing on extremists. And the capabilities you get from healing with the Zeal, I guess it's called, the Unmatched Zeal from the Vanguard's team perk, where you get the healing from extremists, the healing capability of that in Absolute is very nice, because there is a lot of extremists. Now, this situation is rough. That is the worst spot for a Disc Shaman, is like kind of directly over you, where it's kind of hard to identify what moveset they are coming at you with. No, seriously though, Disc Shamans in like a room is just terrible, but luckily we were able to get the Bulwark back up, and the Bulwark dropped the banner, and I'm able to get a little bit of healing. So between the banner and between the healing that I have from my gear perks as a Vanguard, I was looking pretty nice this entire operation. I had a very good streamline of healing pretty much the entire time. And yeah, that was a bit of a sweaty fight. We do see a couple majors over there, but we kind of just, you know, we just dwindle them down just enough for them not to be an issue. I'm curious though, when the icon nerf does go through, do you think more Vanguards are going to switch to inner fire to help out Bulwark? Or do you think we're still going to keep with unmatched Zale to continuously heal from extremist executions? I can kind of see either way working, essentially, because if you're healing on, as long as you're on absolute, you should have a steady stream of extremists to heal from. In which case, you don't really need Invigorating Icon too much, and you might be able to swap out Icon for something that will allow you to respawn your banner quicker, or to have a better cooldown for your banner. So I don't know. I can kind of see both ways, to use Inner Fire for Invigorating Icon, or to just use the Healing Team perk in a spot for the Invigorating Icon, essentially, or to replace Invigorating Icon. But obviously, this is, you know, all built around Vanguard. I think Vanguard has really nice healing potential, enough that will, you know, Vanguards aren't going to feel the Icon nerf at all, really. They didn't really need the Invigorating Icon anyway, so I think regardless, Vanguard's going to be in a good spot healing-wise, but they might become the new Invigorating Icon when it comes to absolute because of unmatched Zeal. So you could potentially see Vanguard becoming the new Bulwark, the new Bulwark. I really hope that's not the case. I still think Icon should be strong enough. It should be fine to use even after the nerf. But regardless, the Oculus is a great weapon to go against these Terminators. As you can see right there, I was kind of playing around the pillar. And I was basically making sure that I was playing around the ability to get my contested health back as well. The Bulwark does end up dropping a banner there to heal themselves, which is nice. This entire fight gets out of control very, very fast. There's a Disc Shaman that hit me right in my blind spot, which was rough. But luckily, I was able to get a catch right there to get some contested health back. I drop in there with the grapple to increase my damage, but keep in mind, I get increased damage from using the grapple, and I also get increased damage from my grapple being on cooldown, which is, there's like a sweet spot, I believe, where you can get both bonuses, but I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, you still get a good amount of damage from the perks with Vanguard. You can just kind of see me doing my best to take down majors as quick as possible. But we do get a help route here, which is rough. I do have one teammate who has Mortal Wound. This help route situation is kind of rough because we're kind of in the middle of a fight with mobs anyway. It was kind of an interesting spawn as well. It's like the help route was kind of like hesitant. It was kind of like a delayed spawn for that Terminus. Oh, that attack right there was rough because I wanted to get that ammo, and I basically forced myself over there to pick it up, and then got hit by the area of effect a little bit. But luckily, I was able to get my health back with, you know, just pure contested health. Now, here's the thing. The Bulwark went down. It is me and a sniper against the Hellbrute. This is going to take a little bit, because this is on absolute. So if this weapon really wants to do its best, I'm not too sure 1v1ing the Hellbrute is a situation I want to jump right into. However, I do a good job at getting my position here to make sure I can get some nice chip damage away from the Hellbrute. But the sniper is in a situation, as you can see, their health right now is pretty low. My health right now is pretty low. It's gonna be a bit until the Bulwark is back, but we do have the Hellbrute at half. However, there is still lingering spawns around here, so I have to do my best. The sniper, by the way, is increasing my headshot damage, so the Oculus does have a fair amount of extra damage potential whenever I use my grapple getting close, and then you just get all headshots, and luckily the sniper headshot extra damage, it does go a pretty far away with this weapon. And this is when I realized, hey, you know what, the Oculus is really good at taking out mobs. If I went in with my combat knife there, I think I basically would have gotten a whole bunch of chip damage. So I definitely would have walked away, walk away from that mob fight with a couple scars, I think. But this is a tough fight. This is definitely a tough fight. This helper is not going down easily. The sniper's at 1. I'm at 1. The bulwark is still on its way to respawn. And you can see the damage start to fall off with the Oculus when it's kind of like a long range. But it's not really bad. I do believe this weapon actually has some good capabilities for the long range. But if you compare it to things like the Stalker, I definitely don't think the long-range capabilities on the Oculus is comparable. I think the Oculus is something I would consider a all-around weapon, where you can pull it off from long range, but it's not like a great long-range weapon. It just has the ability to go long if it needs to, at least longer than the bolt carbine. And the weapon itself is still going to be a good close-range weapon because it's an SMG. It is a bolt carbine. And as long as you get headshots, you should be in a good spot for, DPS. Now, here, see, for example, here's a major. This is an enraged major, and we got him down pretty fast, which is nice. He had to be a little bit damaged before. No idea why the bulwark dropped that banner there. He might have confused me with the sniper or something. I'm pretty sure I was at full health. So Vanguard's survivability, I think, is in a great spot. The team perk Unmatched Zeal, I think I'm saying it right, is Unmatched Zeal. Yeah, that team perk is very, very powerful. And honestly, the nerf to the Majorist healing isn't really that bad considering how many majors you see at higher difficulties. So in absolute, I was able to heal off of majors a lot. And I think the damage capabilities of Vanguard is still really good. See, like right there, I'm getting some bonuses for range damage. And we're able to take out majors pretty fast on absolute, even without the extra mastery points. And we're doing good here as a team, just taking out everything we see. we actually were able to clear out this last part pretty fast. I really like Obelisk. Obelisk is a really fun operation, and it was a perfect operation to bring Vanguard out for. Now, the Oculus I did have a extra damage perk for Chaos, which is nice. Sometimes you gotta switch it out depending on your operation. Now, there's the range damage. That is a lot of range damage. I've been on a tear with range damage recently between the sniper and the Vanguard. It's really nice. Oculus is very powerful. I enjoy using it.